All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, this is the JPL review show, Game Week 20. Now, the Game Week 19 is actually not completed. On today, Wednesday, there will be a game playing between I think Cavaliers and Montego Bay at West Paul. I think it's West Paul. And tomorrow there's also gonna be a game between. It depends on what time you're watching this. Between Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse. So both teams were actually out for a while because they were in the Caribbean Club Championship. But nevertheless, they're going to be playing those games in the midweek. Tough for Waterhouse and Cavaliers, well, specifically Waterhouse because they played a lot of games in a short time period. It is tough. It is really, really tough. But nevertheless, the game carry on. I do apologize as well. I don't get much information on the first two games, which were here at the same time, and they were not here live. Anyways, guys, before I get into the details, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to run through the score lines. We're going to also run through the team of the week, top goal scorers, and also the league table. Nevertheless, let's get straight into it, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's start off right away with the fixtures. So, as I mentioned to you guys earlier, Veer versus Harborview, Montego Bay versus Lion. These games were not aired live, so I could not give you guys no in-depth analysis on these games. Unfortunately, all three games played at the same time. The Dumbarton and Portmore game played the same time as those games. It is quite unfortunate. But I was able to see the Dumbarton and Portmore United game because that game was aired live on Sports Max. Let's get into it. So, Harborview versus Veer. I honestly had Harborview to win that game. Fortunately, Veer came out with a different gear, a different mindset. They got a 3 point, scoring 2 goals as well. I do think that this is the largest margin of victory they've ever had since the start of the season. Unfortunately, Harborview with all that firepower, the Hamilton, the Murray, the Trayvon Reed, it's just unfortunate. Staples, they have a lot of firepower, a lot of players on the top goal scoring sheet. Scored over 5 goals this season, but they just couldn't ramp up anything this time out. Montego Bay versus Lion. I also had Lion to win this game. Montego Bay decided, hey, we're not into that. We want to go out with a bang. The season is finished. We need to finish the season strong. We didn't start off the season well. We didn't play throughout the season well, but we got to finish the season strong. Lion, who actually was in good form. I think the last 6 games they have played, they have only lost 1. Quite a few number of draws, but they have won about 2 or 3 games, I believe, so far. Now, the games that I watched, which is Dumbarton versus Portmore, another emphatic display between both St. Catherine team. So, who is the better Portmore? And so far this season, it seems like Dumbarton is actually the Portmore, who should be the capital of Portmore. But anyways, Dumbarton got the win over the line this time around again. A goal through Demar Phillips, a free kick. I think the keeper could have done a little bit better. Took a bit too long to shuffle across. But anyways, good victory for Dumbarton. Put them closer and still in the title chase or the playoff chase with Waterhouse. Nevertheless, good opportunity, good try. Portmore, Shea Smith was brilliant in that game. He just didn't get what he wanted in that game. Let's move on now to Cavaliers versus Lions, which is actually the better game through the entire game weekend. But that's how football is. Lions, poor display from Lions the past 2 weeks. A very, very poor display from Lions. And in this game, they could have gotten easily 7 goals, conceded 7 goals quite easily. So something needs to be done. There's a lot of work needs to be done. And at this point in time of the season, you'd expect that a team would say that we'll be going out quite good. We won't be just rolling over like that. And Lions just seem to be rolling over. I don't understand what is happening right here. But who else to score a goal from Lions again? Nicholas Nelson. Who else? The captain himself always bearing the burden of scoring a goal for Lions. 4 goals for our Cavaliers. a double for doing Atkinson, Colin Anderson, and also Richard King a penalty. But let's move on now to Monday night football. We have Arnett versus Mount Pleasant, an emphatic display. I tell you, the crowd behaved really, really badly because they thought that the referee was being unfair to them, but that's just football. That is just football. I was watching the game. I'm like, not many calls I would say that's a blatant go against. And I've seen decision went their way that should have went the other way. But that's just football. Mount Pleasant score goes through Trevante Stewart, who is actually in great form right now. He's playing some good football, hold up play well, and actually terrorizing the defenders, running the channels because of big physical posture, and it actually makes it difficult for the defenders. Ezra Smith couldn't contain him at all, but good win for Mount Pleasant, keeping themselves in the close in the pecking order. And actually, I think they're actually safe now for the playoff. I would believe that they are safe for the playoff, but that's how football is. Arnett, Waterhouse versus Tivoli. No, this was a surprise. This. Not the result, not the overall result, but the performance was a surprise. A tremendous performance from Tivoli guard. One of the best games I've seen Tivoli play this entire season. I'm not sure what happened to Waterhouse. They look jet lagged, they look lazy, they look tired, and I'm surprised I would expect. Well, they played a lot of games in about 12 days. They played like 4 games in 12 days. Or 5 games in 14 days. So they played a lot of games, and I would expect that. Unfortunately, they'll be playing a midweek game again. So I would expect that Mount Pleasant would actually defeat Waterhouse based off how or what I saw the other night. They look extremely tired. You can see fatigue in their face. They were extremely tired. And they were really, really happy to get it over the line because they were defending from minute 1. They were defending. And that is not the Waterhouse that most of us would have seen right from the start of the season. Well tried, Tivoli. It's just unfortunate that Barnett couldn't get off some of those shots on target. A good defensive display by Pennycook, I should say. Sorry. A good defensive display by Pennycook and Barrington. And also by Elvis Wilson as well, with the youngster beside him. But a strong and solid display by both teams in that game. And that's how football is some of the time. Deborah Gray got the goal, a lob over the keeper head, and that is how that game finished. And it was quite a good game weekend. Some really, really surprising results and some good sets of games, actually. Let me see. So, no, I will do that last. Let me do that last. This here is what the table looks like. We have Waterhouse at the top of the table on 42 points. Dunolin on 42 points as well. Mount Pleasant on 37. Join closer. Arnett on 36. Arnett lose a lot of games in the latter stages of, and they're still in and around that area. Cavaliers on 30 points. Tivoli on 25. Harborview is quite close, so Tivoli have to sharpen themselves up. Even Umberland as well. A win. If Umberland had gotten a win over Mobile United, they would have been in prime position right now. But that is just football. And then we have Veer, we have Portmore, Malines, and Montego Bay lingering down the bottom half of the table. It's a tough. That's just it. That's just how it is. So these are the leading goal scorers for the season. Up top we have Daniel Green on 12 goals, Atafai Bygrave on 11, Nicholas Nelson 11, Cardell Benbow on 9, Ronaldo Cephas on 8, Trevante Stewart on 8 as well. Just run up the table in no time at all. Denardo Thomas on 7. Is it Marlon Allen on 7, Peter McGregor on 7, Kim Orborn on 6, and I think Trayvon Reed, Staples, and these guys would have followed through next. The next thing we're going to look at now is the team of the week. So, what do you guys think about the team of the week? Do you guys agree with the team of the week? You have Foster in goal, Ricardo Thomas at right back, who had a tremendous game for Waterhouse, Richard King, Pennycook, as I mentioned earlier. Notable, I think Elvis would have most definitely would have made the squad as well. It's difficult. The decision was actually between Pennycook and Elvis. Now, I have seen. I would say that I went for Pennycook because of the opportunities that Waterhouse created and what Pennycook did at that point in time. Tivoli did not create no clear-cut opportunities against Waterhouse, like pulling the defense apart or anything like that. So and I see Waterhouse did that quite a few times, and Pennycook had to make a lot of recovery. Lamont Rochester left back, Ramon Ola the CDM. Two number 8s, Demar Phillips and Shandy James, who had a tremendous game for Arnett. He was extremely busy right throughout the game. On the right hand side, we have Devante, Dwayne Atkinson busy. What did I say, Devante? And then up top, Trevante Stewart, and on the left hand side, Shea Smith. And that is it, people. But guess what? Until next time, people, Military Guna TV. This has been the Jamaica Premier League preview review show, game week 20. Until next time, people, we are out.